Good evening. My name is Danny Arnold, and tonight I will be discussing employee turnover and what it is defined as, why it happens, how it happens, and whether it is good or bad for a company to experience turnover. So first, let's discuss what employee turnover really is. Quite simply, it is the number of employees hired in order to replace workers who have left the company. This can happen for a variety of reasons, but turnover is usually measured within a 12-month period. Resignation of employees and termination of workers are the two main ones that we will be discussing tonight. Promotion within the company is also another factor that can occur, and summed up, basically this means that if an employee is promoted within the company, that their previous position is vacated and now there's a spot open for a new employee to be hired. Death of a worker is also another form of employee turnover. Alright, so now we'll be discussing turnover because of termination. Now, when termination occurs, the company has either planned on it happening, or it is pretty much a good thing that it's happening because the company is getting rid of dead weight. Yes, bad employees must go, and examples of this are the following: sleeping on the job, absenteeism, being drunk while at work, thievery and lying. Also, if an employee is caught having lied on their resume, then he or she can be terminated because of that. Social media is another big reason for people getting terminated nowadays. That is a 21st century problem, obviously, but employees oftentimes are negligent in their use of Facebook and Twitter for an example, and they decide that they want to bash their managers or companies that they work for on Facebook, for example, and it's just not tolerated by a lot of companies nowadays. Now, when turnover is due to resignation, a company really needs to kind of worry about some things. Is it because of low wages and benefits packages? Are they not being competitive with similar companies? Is it because they're providing a bad working environment? Are they subject to EO and EEO or sexual harassment violations? A lot of times employees will not file a complaint, or they won't talk to the authorities. They'll just decide, okay, I'm just going to up and quit because I can't tolerate this and I don't want to rock the boat. Do you have terrible bosses in your midst? A lot of people, they can deal with a lot of things: substandard wages, substandard working environments, but if you have a terrible manager or supervisor, it's just not worth it to work there, and people will quit because of it. If you hire bad employees for coworkers, so if you have really good employees, but then you hire substandard people to fill in the ranks next to them, good employees will not want to stay there if they're being demotivated and devalued by the people that are around them. If you promote the wrong people within your company, it can be very detrimental for your business. And this is mainly because the people who are doing a really good job will become very unmotivated, they'll become disgruntled, they'll become kind of mad because they're feeling like, how can I possibly get promoted? And if there's really no career advancement for me in this company, then I'm going to go somewhere else. Causes and effects of high turnover. Now, when high turnover is occurring in an organization, it is a really bad thing. Usually it's a really bad thing, especially if it's not planned and it's unprecedented for that organization. A big reason for it happening is employee dissatisfaction. And that was just covered in the previous slide with resignations. If employees are dissatisfied with your company and to that great of an extent, then there's obviously some things that need to be looked at within your company. Seasonal jobs. If what you're providing are seasonal jobs, then one should not expect for employees to be returning every year because they may find annual jobs or jobs that are more consistent. Causes and effects of low turnover. Now, when low turnover occurs, it's usually a pretty good thing. Usually it means you're doing the right things within the organization and that employees are happy or at least satisfied with the way they're being treated and the way that operations are functioning. It provides, well, it's indicative of workplace cohesion. One big one is it's indicative of exceptional leadership. Now, when that occurs, it's a pretty good thing. It means that your managers are doing what they need to do. They're not micromanaging too much, but it also means that they're doing an adequate job. And the effects of low turnover is that you have a stable environment, and that basically that the way things are working within the workplace is in a way that people are used to, and they're satisfied with it. One other thing is low turnover can also occur because of poor economic conditions. So if an individual within your company is unhappy, but then they decide, okay, well, I can't really leave because it looks like I might not have a chance of getting hired somewhere else, then they may stay because of that. Is turnover a bad thing? Well, turnover is costly and it brews instability. So it can also cause low morale to happen within the workplace because people are seeing all their peers leave, and sometimes it persuades them that, oh, maybe I should leave too. So it is costly because now employers have to hire new people. They have to do the research and look through the resumes and spend all that time and money. And then now they have to train them. So it's usually not a really good thing if it's happening, especially in large doses. It can show that there are poor conditions or bad management. So if those are happening, then maybe there needs to be some inner soul searching within the company to see why turnover is happening. Turnover can be a good thing. A lot of companies, they think that they've really done a successful thing by mitigating turnover, but really, in the long run, there needs to be some sort of consistent turnover that's happening. And a lot of the Fortune 500 companies, they decide that they actually direct their human resource departments to have their managers rank their employees within a 3-tier ranking system. And there's the top 20%, which are the A workers, and then there's the middle 70%, which are basically the B workers who, they meet the standards, but they don't exceed the standards. And then there's the bottom 10%, which is basically all the bad workers, the ones that need to be doing a better job. And those bottom 10%, a lot of times in these Fortune 500 companies, such as Apple, they decide, okay, well, you're either going to make it to the middle 70% within the next time we do this ranking system, or you're out. And that really helps the company to develop a culture of competitiveness and not being complacent and satisfied with the work they're doing now. It broadens company perspective. When you hire new employees kind of regularly, but not in excess, then it can be a good thing for developing new ideas within the business, and out with the old and in with the new. So my assertion is that turnover should be done in moderation. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not really a good thing if it's happening too often. Basically, you want to have turnover so that it's occurring consistently, but not too much, not too little. That you're having new ideas come in, but you're also having stability within the company and a trustworthy and cohesive environment where people have developed working rapport and relationships with one another. So the process works within the company. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you very much for viewing, and I hope you have a good night.